Hello. Hello, hello. Good morning. I hope that you're all having a lovely, lovely morning. It's a decent day here, not too hot, not too cold. It's not 100 degrees today. I think I'm going to start reacting to every single video made about me except for the ones that Wes Most makes because he is very upset that I will not respond to his streams on me. I'm apparently supposed to sit here and go through all his streams and respond, even though apparently I was preying on him and he's my victim, and SC are my victims. Everyone is my victim. Um, so, we're just going to be doing that instead because I don't know, maybe if you sit around pining for my attention, making weekly shows about me, I'll just ignore you. You know? I'll just ignore you. Brought popcorn. I hope that it has lots of butter. You will need it. So we have a video that was done. Joe's like, "What happened now? What's going on?" We have a video. It was done a little bit ago. Thanks for being here, by the way, Joe, again. Poor Joe. Joe is working overtime as my mod right now. Can everyone please send Joe some love? He's trying to work at his job. I'm out here doing stream after stream after stream. Just tell him he's doing a great job for me because he is. He's doing a great job. If it wasn't for Joe, I would be 10 times crazier, so you should all thank him. So I want to respond to this because this is actually more about the anti-MLM community. See, me and this woman did not get off to a very great start. I think she still hates me, but that's okay. Everyone does, so I'm used to it. And basically what it was she had seen the stream with me and Cece. She uploaded a video about it with some opinions, which honestly I didn't mind. What I was more upset about is that when she had played the clips of what happened between Cece and I, they were out of order. And so it portrayed the conversation differently. And I was like, can you please, if you're going to do this, at least put it in order? And she got very upset with me and tried to say that she did, and I was just like, "Okay, whatever. I remember how this happened. I was there, remember? It was the argument she had with me. I know what order it was in. I know when I said what I said and when she responded. So, but okay, whatever." And then just kind of left it. Then a little while later, all of a sudden there was a video up of me where I had apparently accused her of attacking me or something. I didn't really watch it. And now we're on to this video. So this video is called "No More Shade, No More Throwing Spades. This rabbit hole could go on for days." Which you know that as a poet, I am going to have a great admiration for someone that makes a video about me and then puts a poem in the title. So let's react to this video. It was done on the 6th of March. So it's not like crazy, crazy old, but I guess for me it's really old. Um, because I have people that are just literally spending their entire lives talking about me out here every day. So, a few months is a long time, but I actually wasn't much aware of this video until recent. So let's watch it. Search. And then you all want to judge how I'm drama. So we'll just play the intro and then I'll react because I think this is just the intro. But you never want to actually do the research.
You ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Hey, what it do, Chaos Crew? Hi. If you're newer here, my name is Coley, and I'm a subscriber as Baz. Around here, we do commentary. Basically, we see shit, we say shit, and usually we talk a lot of shit. So, in today's video, we're going to talk about a chick named Beth.
Now, here's the thing. I actually like this idea for a channel. I think the idea of as seen by a subscriber is a great idea. I think it's a great idea to have somebody out here that is kind of like a representative of the voice of what subscribers are thinking. So I like this. I think that that's a great thing. I like this. I think it's important. I think that that gets lost on creators. Creators forget to care about their subscribers. So it's necessary to have creators on here that want to represent those people, the people that maybe can't speak out.
Channel name is Queen of Fucking Spade. Not
Well, there's no fucking in it, Coley. Like, come on.
the fucking part, though, you know. I'm tired of her throwing me in the mix with all these fucking conspiracies. I have no idea what the fuck she's talking about.
I didn't know that I was throwing you in the mix. I really didn't. I know I reacted to your video, and I tried to explain to you everything that I've gone through, because I've done that to several times out here. But I don't remember actually bringing you into the mix. I just want that to be heard.
So, there were many rabbit holes I could have went down and talked about this chick, right? But I figured what I would do is completely talk about something I was familiar with, trauma on my channel. So, because I can't vet any of these fucking people who were making all these accusations against her.
And I appreciate that, actually. Thank you. Because most of the other people that would cover me, that's exactly what they would do. Is they go and they find out what my traumas were, and then they blast them everywhere, and they say that I'm lying about everything that I am, and etc.
Anyways, I know it sounds confusing, but when we get into it, it'll make sense. So, anyways, without further motherfucking ado, let's get it. So, on February 10th of this year, I made a video on her and a situation I saw her in on a channel called Cece Suarez. She was in a live chat. There was kind of like an exchange back and forth. I saw it in real time, so I decided, fuck it. I'll just make a video on it. Did not realize it was going to go absolutely fucking crazy like it did. Anyways, so after I made the video, right when it went live, I sent her a link. I found her ass on Instagram. I sent her ass a link to the video so she wouldn't get blindsided by it, because I knew somebody would fucking tell her about the video. So I was kind
Which, by the way, I also appreciated. This is one of the only people ever that took a second to be like, I want to make sure that when this goes up, this girl doesn't see it and then just feel attacked, fall apart, be like, what the fuck? And just kind of, warn me a little bit, because with my trauma disorder, maybe that's a good idea.
kind enough to let her know, hey, there's this video. And not only that, at the very end of the video, I found, rummaging through all of hers, a video that I could kind of relate to. And so I wanted to make the video not seem like I was attacking her, just showing some behavior that I thought was fucking erratic and weird. So anyways, she proceeds to come to my comment section, have back and forth with me. She knows some other people in the comment section that are always there. And everything seemed to be okay. She seemed to be kind of annoyed, obviously. Anybody would be if they have a video made on them. But she then comes back days later, acting like a fucking fool and just acting really fucking weird. So I had to fucking make...
Again, I don't remember this at all. Are you sure that it was actually me? Because I didn't come back. I just made a video about it and talked about the video you made. And that was it. And then I forgot you existed.
a video telling her to stop. I did a video a few days ago, maybe, and her name was Queen of Spade. That's the chick I did the name on, right? I think her name is Beth at this point.
Yeah, I haven't seen that video because, like I said, I only saw the first one. I streamed about it. I tried to explain to you what I've been through out here, and then I just left it alone. So I don't know.
I'm pretty positive that's her name. Anyways, I thought her and I had.
Well, like, I don't know, Joe. Like, that's what I mean. Like, because I was really like, what does she mean? I came back and then, like, we were okay. And I was just like, okay, whatever. Fuck. I don't even care. I mean, I've had way worse videos made about me, right? Like, hers was literally nothing in comparison to the things that people have said out here about me. And I don't go and write them all these comments ever. So I'm like really confused as to why she thinks I returned like a few days later and went off on her. But, again, I'll just get told, and maybe not by her, but other people out here will just say that I'm just insane and I just don't remember and blah, 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 blah. But I don't know, Joe. It could have been.
Settled everything. I thought we were cool, whatever.
So did I. I'm equally as confused, even right now, still.
Well, now I see this little interaction in my comment section, and she's not only coming at me, she's coming at other people that are in the chaos crew that I'm not okay with. And I don't like it. So, there's that. Don't come at people sideways in my comment section days later. It's starting to make you seem again erratic, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here you come accusing me of some shit. I don't do Reddit. I don't even have Reddit on my fucking phone. I don't have Reddit on my fucking laptop. I don't have Reddit anywhere. I don't go to no fucking Reddits, no subreddits clowning you. No, actually, after I made my video on you, it was like the last time I thought about you. When you come over here accusing me and part of my family, okay, of doing some shit that we're not doing, is where I draw the fucking line, period. So please don't keep doing that. Please don't. Please don't. You can have a respectful conversation. Don't fucking try to patronize me, mock me, whatever the fuck it is. This is the reaction you're going to get. Now that we're all clear on who the fuck I'm talking about, what situation I'm talking about, and always remember, timestamps, videos, everything I refer to will be in the description below. Every fucking thing I talk about will be there. So, do not worry. Anyways, now that we know who we're talking about, the situation we're talking about, I am going to go in and explain why I think she has erratic behavior. Well, one of the reasons why she might have it. And the only reason why I'm going down this rabbit hole is because I feel like it's something I need to talk about anyway, and about the fake idea that there are actually communities on YouTube. There's not. There's genres, and then there's different cliques of people who have their own small community. But just because you come online and do a certain type of content does not mean you're a part of said community. That's why I feel like I'm in no one's community. I don't want to be in a community. I have my own. Period. Okay? I have my own community on my own channel.
I think where the anti-MLM community comes off as being different than just a normal, like, than just the commentary community, let's say, or the drama community, or whatever other community is out here, true crime community, whatever, is that it was formed long before, like, it was formed before YouTube creators were making anti-MLM content. The anti-MLM community was actually formed on blogs several years before. And then was in subreddit, and was mainly in a subreddit and on, like, in the comment sections of blogs. Elbow had a blog, the Recovering Humbug had a blog, anti-MLM Police had a blog at the time, way back in the day, right? And those are kind of the people that started our community, other than, like the old school people out here that were fighting against that, like, Dave and all those guys, right? So I think where some of that gets lost, or where it's different in our community, I guess, is there was a community of us that had already been formed of like people that weren't on YouTube doing this, right? Like we were doing stuff before this. And then a bunch of people started doing it on YouTube. And so a bunch of us joined in. Um, but it was kind of a community before YouTube. So it's not like I came on here on YouTube and then was like, "Oh, I'm going to go join on with the anti-MLM community." I was already around people. Already had a page on Instagram for over a year where I was talking to people and whatnot, like within our community, and we were sharing information. We were in the subreddit. We were doing stuff in there. And da 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 da. Um, and then this platform and some people on it kind of took it over, and a bunch of us also jumped on to try to do content on here for the community, I guess you could say. And then we've had a lot of new people join on. Once people came out here and started really speaking on it, and there's some creators out here that are like the first ones to ever speak on it, you know, like Savannah Marie, I'd argue, is probably one of those people. And you know, from like the early days before it really blew up here on YouTube. um I feel like there was a group of us who like got in like right before it kind of blew up, if you will, in like 2018, 2019-ish and whatnot. And then, you know, it blew up on YouTube, I guess you could say, like 2019, 2020, right? And a bunch of us kind of jumped on as well to be like, oh yeah, okay, I guess we'll do the YouTube thing. Um so I feel like in a lot of ways our community was hijacked by YouTube and YouTubers and whatnot. Um, and sometimes people get lost in what our community is actually supposed to be doing and what you're supposed to be doing as an advocate in the community, and concentrate more on what they should be doing to get views, you know, and get popularity on here and make money. And there are a lot of us that really are not here for money and popularity or any of the sort, and we don't care about that. And then there are some of us where that's all that they seem to care about. And you will see that those are the people that are always doing Hun reacts. There is a large group of us kind of OG anti-MLMers that don't really like Hun reactions. I know it sounds weird, but we do kind of have some rules about things, like you should not find low tier Huns that don't have a lot of a following and then blast them everywhere, for example. You should always keep in mind that yes, these are victims of scams and not attack. You know, the whole defeat the Hun things that was started out here by the Redditors was a joke. We don't actually want to go and like tear up and defeat them. It was supposed to be a joke and a play on history, okay? Like, so I don't really know how to kind of explain that any better. Um but then when 2020 hit, our community just turned into straight up drama. Just a lot of drama broke out. And then everyone was just doing drama. And then it became almost like a clout chase. And then it became infighting. And it was like, no matter what I tried to do to stop all of it from happening, I couldn't.
And I think that's where shit is going awry, and I'm fixing to show you why I feel that way. Again, all my opinions, all things I talk about will be down in the description below. Again, just my motherfucking opinion. Okay? Okay.
Which you are completely entitled to at all times, as long as you don't like start going into my traumas and saying I've lied about them and like, trying to dox my family and stuff. We're completely fine.
Let's do it.
Hi there, my name is Beth, or Queen of Spade.
Oh, there are a lot of trolls that will love that you just put this video in here because I got trolled about this video the other night. So that is hella fun for everyone. I know. I look fat and I look awful and I'm very awkward. This was literally my first upload on this platform.
Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Of course, Fred wants to say hi.
I seem so sweet. What did you all do to me on here?
He does feature in a lot of my videos. I do make anti-MLM content. I'm also branching out and doing other things, so please do.
And that's where part of the issue lies, is that I never fully really came on here just for anti-MLM. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do the anti-MLM thing, but like, I kind of want to do a lot of r/ and talk about other things too. And apparently sometimes in this community, they get very upset if you're not just dedicating 24/7 to MLMs.
Subscribe. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I just want to have some fun. I just want to throw some spades at the
This is cringy as fuck.
Hunbot, I used to do It Works, I used to do Scentsy, and now I'm just here to have fun and hopefully make a community and get some info out there. So please do like, please subscribe, be sure to share my videos with all of your friends, and let's have some fun and throw some spade.
So this is the video I remember seeing for the very first time of hers a long time ago. Now, when you watch that video, what do you see? Somebody seeking a community, right? Well, here's, I think, where the problem lies. I'm going to show you a video where she's shouting out, kind of like a creator. Not really shouting out. She's more like making it known that she's supporting certain creators. I'm going to show you the video.
I watched an Emily Leah video that really triggered me, and so we're going to talk about it. So I just got done watching an Emily Leah video the other day. We all know
When I came on the platform, Emily Leah was the only other person that I could find that had done It Works as well. There were like nobody else really speaking out about It Works. I didn't see anyone else speaking out about it. So she was the main creator that I watched, other than like Illuminati and like the Recovering Hunbot and stuff, It was mainly me just watching like them, and then Savannah Marie, and that was pretty much all I watched.
I love Emily, and she brought up getting fired from MLMs. I'm hoping that maybe Emily and I can get together and do a video about getting fired from It Works.
So we see her reaching out and kind of wanting to, become a part of what she thinks is some type of, inner circle in the anti-MLM community. What she does not know is that Emily Leah is a piece of shit and wasn't really ever anti-MLM. She was just doing it for the fucking money. Anyway, that's another story for another day. However, I think that was a problem.
I don't know if Emily Leah was. And I did a video about it. And that's also why people are mad at me. Because when the stuff with Emily Leah happened, I didn't just turn and then attack her and get all mad like everyone else did. I tried to be really calm and really rational. I took a step back and I went, what could actually be going on here? And Emily Leah also has issues with trauma from her past. And Emily Leah was trying to run her own business after being in MLMs. And through her running her own business and trying to kind of get her own thing going off the ground, she was always getting very triggered by the things that the MLMs used to make her do. And she had some judgy people that were constantly telling her that she was like the Huns. She was no different than them because she was running a business and promoting it. And I think for a little while for her, those lines got crossed. She actually did a video where she basically spoke about how she felt like she was a Hun. And because people were making her feel like running a business after being in an MLM was her being a Hun bot, she had to continue to run her business. So she felt like because of that, there could be, she should maybe step back from anti-MLM. At the same time, there was a lot of drama going on behind the scenes that nobody was fully aware of. So only the creators were aware of what was going on. A lot of the pages that run the anti-MLM pages didn't really know. People that run the subreddit didn't really know what was going on. It was really just the YouTube creators. Maybe like a handful of pages. You know what I mean? But it was very much a YouTube creator group chat problem where there was a lot of backstabbing between creators. And like you said, this place was originally a community where everybody did get along. And if you didn't get along, then you just pretended like you did anyway. It's like being at work and you have a coworker that you don't like, but you have to put up with them. So you just shut up and you do it. Until 2020, when all of this drama popped off. And what the drama was apparently something was said about Savannah in an IG message chat and yada, 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 yada. Well, it caused a lot of drama. This one message in an IG chat talking about Savannah behind her back. And that kind of popped off all at the same time. Emily didn't know how to handle it. And I think because of things in her past and because of things like that she went through with MLMs and then this all happening, and she actually ended up getting hate to the point where people were threatening her life over this drama. And they were people within our community doing it. So I'm against all that behavior. And I was very much against the cancel culture and the hate mob stuff starting up here and whatnot. And our community got very much divided during this. And it basically got divided into a group of people that really love drama and stirring the pot and attacking Huns and going after things and blah, blah, blah. And a group of us that hate all that stuff and just want to concentrate on covering the MLMs. Believe it or not, I'm a part of the latter group. And it makes people very mad. So that's kind of what happened with Emily Leah. If you are going to do a deep dive on the community, please put whatever problems you have with me away. And let's have like a voice chat somewhere and I will tell you everything. I do not mind. I am completely transparent when it comes to my drama. If you haven't noticed, I have no problem talking about it at all. But that is what it was. And when it was all going on, yeah, I tried to do a video to kind of reach out. I tried to help. And people just got very, very angry. And that was fine. I was like, whatever. And at the same time, Kimberlea was going off. And she was caught, I guess, scamming or something. I don't want to get into the whole fucking thing, okay? But there was the scam thing going on with Kimberly. There was a bunch of drama. But the thing was is that Savannah wasn't the only one talked about in these group chats. I was also very much talked about them. The MLM police was very much talked about. There's a lot of people that were very much talked about them in these group chats. Because yes, we do have a group of mean girls out here that talk smack in chats, that tell people to block certain people in our community, which is very culty. I also speak out against cults. So I don't like culty behavior. I'm having a very hard time out here. So yeah, we've had some problems because of that. But that's what happened with that. And I think it was the first time that I realized that our community had no empathy for people. They didn't want to try to understand people when they went through something. And right when that was all happening is when I started to get attacked by people in the drama community very heavily. And we'll just let you continue for a bit, and then we'll continue describing the story.
Problem and what went wrong with this Beth chick, okay? She wanted a community. She went in there thinking that she could
Oh, yeah, by the way, feel free to call me Beth. You can go ahead and do it. Dina does not have permission, but you can go ahead.
become a part of. And when you usually join an MLM, you get all these love bombs and people are always liking you and all this other bullshit, right? Well, what happened?
Well, what happens is usually when you join over here, that can happen too. And it started to, and I did not like it. That's very uncomfortable for me. If you haven't noticed, I have a very hard time taking compliments. I do not like that type of like attention and like love bombing stuff. Like that stuff just makes me very uncomfortable. It even did when I was in MLMs. This is why I didn't do well in MLMs either.
Was that didn't happen for her on fucking YouTube. People didn't rally. People didn't come, and become part of her community or allow her into their community, right? And that's unfortunate, but that's what happened. So then what ends up happening when you leave your MLM? You get shunned, right? So, and that's triggering, right? So she didn't get accepted by these people she liked so much. So in her mind, in my opinion, that brought her back to being shunned from her MLM and maybe even other shit that happened in her life.
Now, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You are right. I did get triggered and I did get shunned. That's true. Except it wasn't just because I was joining up with this community and then they didn't accept me or something. Like I said, I was already accepted for a while with certain people in it. And to me, they were the people that mattered, so I didn't really care, Like no offense, but it's like, the recovering Hunbot that does the MLM conference and stuff. So I felt good. It's always had her. I was okay. But what it was when I started to get attacked in very, very public and gross ways, that was also triggering for me. And I had stuck up for other creators on here when they had gone through things. And I didn't expect anyone to stick up for me, and I actually did not want that. But I didn't expect people to shun me, right? I thought that this community would see through like the bullshit, because they talk all the time about how they see through all the bullshit. We know all the manipulation tactics, so we won't get manipulated by like people lying about people on live streams and doing all this, that, and the other thing. And a bunch of them did, and a bunch of them have. And now a bunch of them has actually opened their doors to allow some very dangerous people into their community. And I've been getting into fights with these people because they don't understand how dangerous these people are. They don't realize that the people in this drama community of like our Real Stream News and Suit Yourself and the TCAT people and these boy trolls are actually really disgusting and dangerous people, and they probably should not have them anywhere near anyone that has any type of trauma, because they cancel me for mine every day. And the lack of caring about that for subscribers in our community and caring more about how they could get views. If, you go and you befriend people that hate me, and then you get a whole bunch of people supporting you instead of just me, right? And that kind of thing is what made me go, what the fuck is this place? Because you cannot run a community, claim that you are the community that accepts people that are scared to join communities because they were just like attacked leaving other community, and that you are going to help them recover and that you'll protect them and all this kind of other stuff. Because, if someone attacks anyone in this community, holy crap, does the community ever go off, right? So that's really what it was more for me than being like accepted by the cool girls or the mean girls or whoever these people are seen as now. The anti-MLM community or any of that, I could be better. Thank you, Brandon, for asking. So, well, see, that's the thing, Joe. Same. I was really, really popular when I got into high school. And like, then I realized that I had to know things about people and like keep secrets for the mean girls and do all this. And then I didn't want to do it anymore. So then I was no longer popular. See, this is what I mean. I grew out of all of the like he said, she said, and drama and gossipy and all this stuff, like even before high school. So I'm having a hard time now at the age of 36, suddenly having to deal with it all again. Especially being who I am as a person and what I've already gone through.
Don't know. All I know is that I'm just going to speak on the shit I see online. I'm not going to talk about her like, traumas as a fucking child, because I'm just not. Okay? We'll get into trauma later on in the video. Anyway, but I think that's where the switch happened. She wasn't.
Thank you for not talking about my traumas that I've had as a child, because everyone else does. And uses them to attack me. And then, we don't get along. So I appreciate that.
Brought into the community. Nobody really, reached out and brought her in. So she felt like an outsider. And again, being shunned again was probably very triggering for her. All my opinion.
And it's not like a larger creator took me aside and told me that these things could happen.
And that's exactly why this switch happened, in my opinion. So, switching gears just for a minute. Do you remember at the beginning of the video how I was talking about communities and how I think that they are fake? I don't think that there's actual communities, personally, okay? So, I just want to touch on that for a second and why I think that so many people need to hear this that maybe aren't creators or whatever the fuck. Anyway, so, there's this false idea that if you have each little genre or whatever on YouTube, that within those genres, there's this massive community that rallies for each other. That's not the case at all. Not close to being the case, okay? what it is, you have niches, you have genres, then you have certain cliques. And I don't say that in a bad way. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But you have certain personalities or creators who come together and they form their own small communities. The problem is people think that they can just jump online and then they're going to be, welcomed with open arms into communities. And that's just not, it's not what happens here at all. It's very much high school. And I'm not just speaking for myself. I'm saying this happens all the time. If y'all only knew what happens like behind the scenes with this bullshit, that is exactly why I don't consider myself part of any community. I never will be. The only community I have and or care about is the one on my fucking channel. And I think that if Beth were to focus more on that, on the people who subscribe to her, and not worry about the larger community, or air quotes, bullshit community, I think that she would do a lot better. It's always wanting to fit in and constantly saying, I can't speak out, yada, yada, yada. Nobody is telling you that you can't. If people have, I think, Beth, you should make a video and put it out there. Show the fucking receipts. Show people, telling you can't talk about certain things, and put the shit to bed once and for all. Instead of making these small videos saying this and that, and then leaving people guessing and speculating, because when you do that, people change the narrative. They can, because you're not giving them everything, right?
Oh, I have given people the story over and over and over and over again. It's like, how many times do you tell the story? Do you show things? Anyway, yeah.
Right? That's why I'm so fucking transparent. I'll tell you, I don't care. Because I'm not trying to fit into any fucking community.
Same. I'm not really trying to fit into a community either. But I did think I made some friends on here. And every single one of them, except for a few, have completely stabbed me in the back. Used me just for information, used me for content, used me for research, used me for whatever else they could. And then basically expose, if you will. Because every time people get mad at me, we got to stream about all the traumas I've ever had. And we got to release DMs, and we got to go on this whole back and forth thing for several weeks. There is no one and done out here. It's like, how many times do I sit down and go through everything over and over and over and over and over again? If I was to sit down and do one video explaining everything I've been gone through over the last 2.5 years between these communities and how they gang up together to like take people down and all this shit, holy fuck, we would be here for 8 hours. Also, with my mental health, I just can't do it. Which is why I'm the easy target, you see.
To me, they don't exist. There's just cliques of people that talk about the same shit. That's all it is. So that's just the main reason I made this video, is to, well, one, call her out on her bullshit, because I'm not part of these fucking cliques that she thinks I am. Two, because I think that more people need to know that these bullshit communities don't fucking exist. And I'm sure people aren't going to like that. But that's my opinion. You know what I mean? Y'all can believe what y'all want, but I know what I see. So, there's that. Now that we've got that part out of the way, I want to talk about trauma and how people use it online. Since it seems to me that Beth uses her trauma to weaponize it or to use it as a shield for anything that she does. For her reasons, her excuses, whatever.
No. I literally have had 12-hour streams done on me to rip a part of my trauma because I don't want to talk to someone anymore. People cannot ever talk about me without bringing up all my trauma. Or without bringing up something that they know is definitely for sure going to upset me. See, that's the thing. You can't be like, she weaponizes her trauma when literally I wasn't the one that came out here and started talking about it everywhere to begin with. It was other people that dug through my life and then blasted it out here to make me look bad because they just don't like me. There's apparently some that just don't like me. I got Real News stalking me for 3 years now. Do you know who that is? I got the To Catch a Predator community going off at me for 2.5 years, trying to paint me out predator, calling CAS cops on me, you know. I have my trauma weaponized against me every day, all day long, just constantly. And whenever I tell people to go away and leave me alone, to stop doing this to me, I'm then apparently weaponizing my trauma. I'm playing victim. I'm doing this and that and the other thing. But these middle-aged, growing ass men can sit here and do things like stream my daughter's birthday party to tear it apart. They can stream about my sexual assault court and tell people that I'm lying about it. I've never just had people be like, this is what you did wrong, aside from that. Right? It's always, now we need this huge display. And we need to now paint Queen out as this crazy demon that just goes around with her trauma everywhere. Like, you gotta listen to me and my trauma. I'm the biggest victim, when that's literally not what happens at all. Or I have creators on here that will say things like, tell us your MLM story in the comments down below. Have you ever been through this? And then apparently when you do it, you're trauma dumping. And I don't feel like that's right. Don't ask people what the story is if you don't want to hear about it. You can't go and dig through someone's life and talk about their life and their past traumas and things they've been through. And then when they try to talk about them, be like, now you're the one weaponizing it.
Again, all my opinions, and they're just formed from what the fuck I have seen. With all of the several fucking days, Beth seems to describe her trauma as if it's somehow worse than everyone else's. So since she does that, I want to let everyone know that I have trauma. Matter of fact, I've talked about it before. But since Beth seems to think, or in my opinion, she seems to explain her trauma in a way that it's almost like no one can ever feel how she's feeling because she's been through so much trauma.
No, it's not the trauma. It's the attacks on my trauma. You know? You can't... No one out here in my community, what you don't understand, Cole, is I'm in a community where when someone has one pizza sent to their house, they do a victim stream where they're like, oh my God, I had a pizza sent to my house. I'm so horrified. This is so awful, right? But I literally have had cops and CAS at my house 26 times. And if I mention that I don't like them coming here, then all of a sudden, what? I'm playing victim. I'm trauma dumping. I'm saying that my trauma is more important. I don't think my trauma is more important than anyone. I've often sat here and been like, this person's gone through worse than me, especially when talking about MLM stuff. But what I will say is there are not too many people that have gone through 3 years of being stalked by like obsessive men that because you don't want anything to do with them, they sit on live streams all day and night long and tear you up over your traumas. My community judges me poorly because of how I dealt with that. And it wasn't in the best way. But like I said, literally, they cry on a live stream when a pizza is sent to their house. I sit here on live stream and I'll do a live stream about how CAS was sent to my house. And I get told to stop because I'm being crazy, right? But then Cece can go do a stream about how she had a pizza sent to her house and she feels very, very victimized. And everybody's very worried about her. JJ can go do a stream about how Sarah is apparently stalking her and has been for months. 5 months, apparently, to be exact, as she says. These people, and it's a male that I turned down at the head of all of it, by the way, have been stalking me for 3 years. I'm sorry that I get a little bit fed up that these people expect me to be strong and to not care about people doing live streams where they actually are tearing apart my trauma and digging through my life and doxing everyone I know, enticing CAS and cop calls to my home. Because they literally cry when someone talks to them wrong in a video. Like they can't even take a video of someone doing a video to them that they don't like. They all freak out. Like it's like no one can do a video about anyone in this community unless it's me. And then it's okay. I am the scapegoat. Joe, if the pizza had pineapple on it, then I would be upset by that. I know. So I do. I get a little bit fed up with that. Because if you're going to tell me that I trauma dump and I play victim and all this crap with what I'm going through out here, I do not want to then go to your channel and see you actually in tears and stuff and fearful because you had some pizzas sent to your house. Or because there's one person that has made one video on you. So now you need to rile up your whole community to go and attack this one person. I have never riled up my community to go and attack people. And like I've said, I have actually had people dox everyone I know. I had every single ex-boyfriend of mine since I was in public school dox with the jealousy out here from these stupid men. You will also find out that in my community, we're supposed to be very woke. Misogyny is a big no-no. You know, we're a woke community. But then we gatekeep who's a victim of what here. And I don't understand that. I don't get hypocrisies and things like that. I just want them to end. I'm like, I don't get this. This doesn't make sense. Fucking fix it, okay? Fix it. Because my whole thing is I'm in this community. I'm being torn apart over here by people that are way worse than any of the Huns. I don't know if we've ever had to talk about Huns posting CP and lolly in discords. Or Huns trying to paint out one of our advocates as a predator for several years. You know, things like this. I'm actually dealing with serious stuff that I'm supposed to ignore and be strong with and just ignore. But then when they literally have one person speak out about them, they're a victim. And everyone's got to rile up and start doing videos about this person. So I'm a little bit confused. Because that's a lot of double standards and a lot of hypocrisies, and I literally cannot wrap my mind around it.
Okay, so since she feels that way, in my opinion, I'm going to talk about my trauma. Therefore, she can understand that there's a way that you can have trauma, okay, but you do not have to use it in the way that she's using it. Am I saying that you cannot talk about your trauma? Absolutely not. But if you are going to, you need to be aware of several things. You need to be aware of how you're talking about your trauma, you know, who's listening to your fucking trauma, and if you're saying it in a way that is more educational, or it's more of a, I'm getting this off my chest, or hoping somebody can relate to, not constantly using it as a reason why, I'm sorry I reacted this way, I'm sorry I reacted that way, but it's because I have trauma. No, you cannot pull the trauma card every fucking time you do something that people don't like or that is wrong. That's not okay. And that's just...
Thank you. I'm very aware of that. I'm very aware of that. And they cannot pull the Realstream News is not a rapist card every single time that I am like, can he stop stalking me, please?
Again, my opinion, but when you're using it to weaponize it towards someone, like, you know, I'm lashing out because I have trauma, or
No, see, my thing with Cece, for example, was that she felt the need to then put me up on a screen and start blasting the way that I reacted to that trauma. And then she decided to go into details about how she and Savannah have been talking smack about me. And then I just didn't understand, because if you didn't remember at the beginning of this video, I explained to you about how we had a whole fucking drama pop off that almost destroyed this community in 2020 because someone said something about her. Right? So I'm over here going, once again, can't talk about Savannah, but she can go talking about everyone else. Again, I don't understand the double standards and hypocrisies. I don't deal with them. They need to fuck off. You get the same treatment. It's the same fucking rules for everyone, or go the hell away. And if you're not going to do that, then I'm probably going to call it out. I feel like I don't even want to talk about trauma or the fact that I have trauma on here ever, but it's like when they keep weaponizing it to make me upset, to paint me out as a crazy person, so that they then have an excuse to keep going after me and using my trauma against me, is weird. I just think it's weird. And like I said, these people do not know what trauma is. They think it's having a pizza sent to your house and having like a hun do a video on you for an hour, calling you some names, saying a couple mean things to you. My point with them is that if, like, Jesus Christ, if you think that's bad, have you ever been doxxed? Have you ever had people try to swat you? Like, there's some real drama going on out here with some people. We had a creator during all of that too that was being bullied because she had a miscarriage. And nobody spoke out for her either. Just things like that I don't understand.
I'm sorry I said that. I have trauma from when I was a child. You cannot do that. It's not...
And I don't. I don't. But again, then people cannot also be like, we don't like Queen of Spades. Did you know she was lying about her childhood sexual abuse, and then people shouldn't be calling my courthouse during my sexual assault case and stuff like that, and doing things like that to me. Because, like I said, I'm not the one weaponizing my trauma. They're weaponizing my trauma on me. And then if I speak out, I get things like this in return, where I'm told I'm the one weaponizing it. And I'm like, okay, why? Because you guys went up on a stream and talked about it and told everyone I was lying and made fun of it and basically spit in the face of any single survivor that would ever watch you. Then I should be allowed to talk about it as often as I want. And I'm sorry, but if you want to do live streams about me where you want to blast me over the trauma that I've had, or blast me over how I apparently didn't handle the hate off the internet that great, like Cece was trying to do with me after she cried over a pizza being sent to her house, then, I just don't get it. I think that's dumb. All of that's dumb. All right? I'll stop bringing up my trauma and talking about my trauma and reiterating that it's real when these people stop accusing me of lying about it and using it against me.
Fair, and I know life isn't fair, but it's not fair to the people who watch you, because people stop engaging and stop watching you because it's constantly a battle with you. You're in a constant state of like cause and effect. And since you like to do that, I'm gonna talk about my trauma and show you how somebody who has trauma can go through life and have a fucking YouTube channel and doesn't have to use their trauma the way that you do.
But that's the thing, is that I don't use it. So again, unless you have had people that have done 12-hour live streams on you, tearing it apart with like 4 times more the subs than you, or unless, you've had people like Tommy C tearing you apart over shit, scrolling through subreddits telling people you lied about your past abuse and shit, then I don't think you can give me advice on that. People keep talking to me like if they were in my position, they would have handled all of this so much better. But they're all people who have gone through things less than this and handled them worse. So I don't understand.
Starting at age 5 years old, I was at school and my mom was so close to me that she could hear my school bells ringing. But the house she was at the time, she was waiting on her cocaine to be delivered to her. So she left me at school. I was there until dark. Okay? Then at 7 years old, my mom decided to take me downtown to a neighborhood they call The Bottoms. I watched her strap up with multiple other people and sit at a round table and literally shoot up with me there in a huge ass house in the middle of the fucking night in the dark as a child. Okay? Then I'm taken away from my mother at 7 years old, live with my rich ass grandmother. Let me tell you, money doesn't solve shit. My grandmother has buku.
You don't have to tell me. I know I grew up with money and very, very rich, narky people in my family.
Money, okay? And she had hired help because she had so much money. Well, one of the hired helps she had groomed me and molested me from the ages of 9 to 11. Then, at 11 years old, I was brutally assaulted, and the reason I'm not going to go into detail is because I want more people to be able to watch this video. If I went into detail, more people would not watch it, okay? Then, at 14, I moved back in with my mother. Well, I was 14, my friend was 16. We used to go hang out at the mall because back in the day, there was no fucking social media. So, we left with some of her friends. Again, I was 14, she was 16. We left the mall with some of her friends. She ended up being raped by 4 people while I was stuck in the bathroom, locking myself in there. And I got out of there just because she came to the door. I heard her voice. I opened it, and I looked at her, and I said, "You have to run." And we ran directly out of there. It was a pitch-ass dark fucking room. We ran out of the room, and we ran down the fucking street all the way back to the mall. That's the only way I got out of that shit without being, hurt and raped my damn self. In the mix of all of that, I was starting to self-harm. At 16 years old, I had surgery, and so when I came home, I was laying on my couch and I was very like incoherent because of all the medication they had me on. Well, my parents were in the other room doing some stuff in my bedroom, and one of my mother's friends, a guy friend, he proceeded to fucking molest me, and I could not fight back because...
But like now I feel like we're doing trauma wars. And I don't compare my traumas with other. I'm not the one that's comparing or judging people over their traumas. They're all judging me over mine. She shouldn't be telling us all this. Well, see, that's the thing, is that it's like, okay, so imagine if you did this video to me and then I turned around, right? And I decided to, huge group of people and I decide that we're just going to sit here now and we're going to try to find proof of all these things that you've just claimed to me in this video. And there probably isn't much proof of it now, is there, out here on the internet? I'm sure I cannot Google time that this girl had to run out of her house to help save her mom from rape, which, by the way, all of this so far sounds absolutely horrifying. And I am very sorry that you had to go through all of that. But it's like, imagine if I did that to you and then like spent months upon months upon months just doing that to you for 3 years straight with groups of people. And when one group stops, I go to another group and I get them to do it. And then when they stop, I'll go to another group and get them to do it. I think then once that happened to you for almost 3 years, you would probably be in a point where it probably would sound like you're just talking about your trauma, right? So I get that from the outside, but this is why I get mad at people, because it's like, do your research, please. I have sat here and talked about everything. I've spent 3 years sitting here and it all happened live. We were going back and forth live. But none of that matters because the narratives change anyway. And people will watch things happen live right in front of their face, and then they'll turn around the next day and literally say it never happened. Which is something that, again, I just don't understand. Like, I don't do that to people. And I guess if I see somebody struggling like I am, instead of like joining in and wanting to like start my own streams up to start attacking them, I feel bad for them. I usually stick up for people that get attacked. It's part of also what I've done out here. You know? And then imagine if when you went to try to explain to me what happened to you, if I was like, oh, now you're weaponizing your trauma, you know? And I'm not saying that's what you're doing, because I do feel like you don't know enough information about everything. But I'm just asking you to have some empathy and understanding, because I feel like you're probably the only one that's tried.
Of all the medication I was on due to said surgery. Then, about 2 years later, my mother decides to start cheating on my father with the same motherfucking man who molested me when I was 16. Yeah, that's a thing. Next fucking problem I had was, let's see, I moved from my state to the state I'm in now because of my husband's job. Well, last April, I went...
But now I feel like I'm being trauma dumped on.
To the fucking Walgreens in the middle of the night, and a dude rushed me from behind as I was leaving and started beating me in the fucking face because he wanted my wallet. Side note, he didn't get my fucking wallet. So, now, tell me again how I can live through all that trauma but still know that you should not use it as a weapon or a shield for anything ever, period. Explain that to me. I realize that everybody's trauma is different. I realize that everybody handles trauma differently. However, it still doesn't make it, in my opinion, okay to do what you're doing, Beth. The way that you constantly use it, it feels like a cop out. It feels like just something you say because people don't want to go there. And as soon as they hear trauma, they don't want to question you, they don't want to come at you or whatever. And that's not okay. It's just fucking not, period. It's like nowadays we hear so much about it, we're like almost desensitized to what the fuck we're listening to. There are people who come across videos like this that are not in the best fucking state, okay? A lot of people come to YouTube as a fucking escape from whatever. And I promise you, constantly having, different fucked up situations happen, and they're constantly hearing the same excuse, even if it happens to be your trauma, they're not going to be about that, dude. They're going to fucking leave you alone because it sounds like a fucking excuse, period. Now that I've said all that, I want to kind of offer a solution, okay? Beth, if you hear this, or anybody else who needs to hear this, okay? When you start, your own channel or, building a platform that you care about, okay? You need to remember that you have your own built-in community, and maybe not, obviously not at first, but you will get your own built-in community. And instead of focusing on the larger community as a whole, because I'm telling you, they don't fucking exist, make your own community on your fucking own channel. That's what I do. Am I doing everything?
I would love to. That would be wonderful. Except I have people that just literally talk and attack anyone that's in my community. You know? I have people that are in my community, but they're scared to comment in my chats because they see how people are about me. The point of all of this is to stop me from being able to build community and then make it so that I could be the scapegoat for these people to go, she's the one that did all the drama over here. It wasn't any of us. See, because she's crazy.
Everything right? Am I the perfect YouTuber? Hell fucking no. I just started this shit. But I'm telling you, people who you think they are. And Beth, you know that because you've said it out of your own mouth. So focus on the people who have decided to click subscribe. Do you understand what that means? That means that they liked you so much, they tapped a button so that they did not forget you and all of the hundreds of thousands of fucking.
I actually just really think it means that a bunch of them want to see my downfall and they're all really hoping that eventually I'll commit suicide on a live stream because so many people have actually streamed that, said that they would have a party if I committed suicide on live stream, have actually said that the whole point of all of this is to make me commit suicide because I had a public suicide attempt in January of 2020 on Twitter. So it's become a fun game of this girl was already weak. We can use her as a scapegoat, and then we can literally just attack the fuck out of her. You know? Simps and wimps.
Channels they fucking see on YouTube. That means they found value in your.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was like, what was I saying again? So I don't know. I don't know. Is that what it was? Or is everyone on here just waiting? Like if I go away for a month, everyone's like, I hope she died. I hope Queen OD'd finally. Fuck. Let's have a party when she dies. You know, it's a little bit deeper than that. People don't realize, like, this is actually like having 3-4 men obsessed with you and they won't go away. Like, it's not just some, like, woohoo, online drama, back and forth, da da da. Like, it's a little bit more serious than that.
Shit. So instead of shitting on 1,500 fucking subs, why don't you stop worrying about a larger fucking community and worry about them? Talk to them, have community with them. That is the only way that, in my opinion, you're going to be happy on YouTube, because no fucking community has welcomed anybody. And when they do, it becomes very high school, very cliquish, again, in my opinion. But I am not saying in any way that there's anything wrong with finding creators that do similar.
Oh, yeah. And as Joe said, they also really want me to relapse because I've been sober for 11 years. So, you know, if they could cause a relapse, basically the goal is they want me to relapse and they want me to pass away. And then what was it that's been said to me? Okay, hold on. I have to get this right. It's been said to me so many times. I'm supposed to die, and then they want CAS to come and take my daughter away from my husband so that he's left alone forever, because apparently there's also a lot of hate towards my husband, but it's not any jealousy. They all promise.
Things as you, talk about the same topics, whatever, and y'all, you know, rallying with each other. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just when you come into YouTube or anywhere expecting that, this is what happens. You get let down, and then you start getting triggered, and then you start paying more attention, and then you start getting into conspiracy theories. And I'm telling you, people are so busy with life, nobody is thinking about you the way you think they are. I know that can.
Oh, Lord, girl. I really wish you would have gone and like checked out the subreddit, gone and done some research. I literally have weekly shows dedicated to me all the time. And this also triggers me and bothers me, because then I feel like people are gaslighting me, telling me that what's happened to me out here is not happening to me. Yeah, no, suit yourself doing the 12 hours and the 9 hours and all that. You know, he deleted them. So now they just never happen. They just never happen. I'm making it all up. And that's what these people say. They never happened. Real Stream News never talks about me. He doesn't want anything to do with me. He never, ever shares posts. Doesn't have anything to do with any of this drama at all. Like this kind of shit. I'm like, that's all a lie, though. No.
Be hard to believe, because you see many things and you think that that's what's happening. You think that people are focusing on you and yada, yada, yada.
No, I actually have an actual subreddit dedicated to me where people post things. I have channels dedicated to me. I have fake channels made of me. So it's a little bit different.
It's not like that. And if you would stop what you're doing now, which is constantly just dumping trauma on them over and over and over again as your reasons as to why you do fucked up things or say fucked up things, I'm telling you, people would come.
But what are the fucked up things I've done? Right? Because like my fucked up things were all me meeting these people at their level after years of them attacking me. Right? So it's like, so then what was the start of it? What, because I said some tweets you didn't like on Twitter? I did a tweet you didn't like. So then that means that you can do all of this to me for many years. Okay.
Back and be happy to watch your videos. Your engagement proves that people are done. Okay?
No, I think my engagement proves, like I said, that the internet really wants someone to die because of all of this bullying and people tearing people up over their traumas and Chris Hansen shit.
Have a bigger channel than I do. I get more engagement than you. That is not a dig. I'm trying to show you that the reason people aren't engaging, people usually don't come back to unsubscribe. I've told you this before. They just stop watching. And it's very fucking clear to me in your numbers that that's what's happening.
And I don't really care. I don't. I don't. Because if you can go watch all these people tear me up, and then, like I said, you can't even listen to my response about it, then you should probably get some help.
So if you truly care about anti-MLM, if you truly care about your channel, if you truly think it's all about the fucking subscribers, then do that. Stop worrying about, who does and doesn't like you. Cece doesn't like you, or Chelsea, whatever y'all want to call her, Cece Suarez. It's MLM people, okay, or anti-MLM people. If Savannah, Chelsea, Deanna, all these people, if they happen to not like you, so fucking what? And find your own people. Start with the people that chose to continue to come back to you. I'm telling you, if you do that, I promise you, within 2-3 months, your engagement would go way back up and people would actually take you seriously. No one is going to take you seriously about any topic, especially anti-MLM, when you have this type of erratic fucking behavior constantly. There is an entire
I know, thank you. That was the point.
subreddit
That's what they're trying to do, right? So that's why I love it when people join in.
dedicated to you. And for anyone watching, the reason why I did not go down any other rabbit holes is because there's so much different information and it comes from everywhere. And I don't know what's true and what's false. And the people that I saw talking about Beth, because I'm telling y'all can go to the search bar and type in hashtag Queen of Spade. You will see so many fucking people who have made these videos on her. Some are disgusting, and those people are absolutely fucked up for what they've said about her. So Beth is right in that there are people out there that do spread lies about her. So that is a valid thing. There are people out there who do shady shit to her. However, I think we should look at why.
Where are the channels telling the truth about me? I would like to know where they are. Because I haven't found one yet. Other than Cupid Stunts.
That started happening, okay? Honestly, it's going to happen to everyone to a certain degree because people hate my ass too. But to have so many people that have the same story and don't understand what the fuck is going on and why you're behaving this way should tell you something. Again, all my opinion, and I'm just speculating, but I think that.
But the thing is that they pretend to not know what's going on. Because, see, one of the big players in all of this is an anti-MLM person who's been around for a long time named Heather. Who's like crazy psycho and very, very jealous of me. She seems to think that I made it on here because of the anti-MLM drama, and that's what she was trying to do. And it didn't work out for her, even less than it worked out for me. And she has some really creepy ass friends on here that are those disgusting people that have talked about me. And she's done streams about me with people in the anti-MLM community sitting there talking smack on my trauma, the things that I've been through. She has called child services on me. She's helped people entice cop calls on me. And these people are very, very disgusting. They hang out with people like Heartbeats Vanity, Arena, and basically all of the shittiest people out here that you would want nothing to do with. Really disgusting people. But yeah, if you can tell me a video that tells the truth about me, show me. Because there has never been a video that actually does tell the truth about what I've gone through out here, other than the ones I've done. Because everyone always wants to make it seem like I am the one that just randomly started going off on everyone, and they don't want to go back and realize that this all started and my quote unquote hate mob really popped off because I asked someone a question in a live stream and they literally brought me into a whole bunch of drama I had nothing to do with, and it involved the Onision case of all things back in 2019. So there's like 3 different communities in here all coming at me wanting me to be their scapegoat. I don't want to be any of their scapegoats, and they can all fuck off. So then they stream about my traumas, they try to do all this and that and the other thing to me. So again, if people are allowed to do that to me, I don't know why I would not be allowed to then talk about my trauma. Right? Like I said, they have no problem watching people tear me up over my trauma. So then they should have no problem with me talking about my own trauma.
The reason why you're not seeing it is it's almost like a choice. You're not trying to. Instead of looking inward, like it may be something you're doing, you're blaming it on everyone else and then saying the reason why you can't be held accountable for your own shit is because you have trauma.
No, I've literally sat here and been like, yeah, I did this and I'm sorry for that. But nobody else has ever admitted to the things they've done to me publicly, recanted lies about me, or apologized. So, that's where we're at.
And I'm telling you, that is what is wrong. You will never grow on any fucking platform, especially YouTube, with that mindset. It's just not going to.
But like, I'm not here. Why does everyone think I'm here wanting to be a world famous YouTuber? And that everything that I'm doing on here should be all about how I want to grow and have all of these people and blah, blah, blah. Yes, I appreciate my subscribers, but I'm not going to sit here and pander in hopes that I get more or anything. I'm not going to run my life every day going, how can I get more subscribers today? What can I be doing? Like, I don't even do that with views and shit. Okay, I talk about what I want to talk about. The end. If I want to do a video on a cult, I'll do that. If I want to do a video on MLMs, I'll do that. If I want to do a live stream and talk about what's going on with drama with me, I do that. Why can't I just do that? How come everyone wants to tell me what I'm supposed to be putting out on my platform in order to be accepted into some club that I don't want to join? Like, I have false accusations out on me. None of them are true. So I don't know how I'm supposed to prove a negative, right? Like, and it's a little serious, by the way, to paint a mother out as a predator and her husband out as a predator of their own child. Like, that's not just like online back and forth drama. That is a serious thing to do to somebody that these people have been doing to me since 2019. Imagine going through what you've gone through and now having them accuse you of being a predator and doing stream after stream after stream, talking about all the trauma you've gone through and then being like, oh, she's a predator and blah, blah, blah. And that's what I mean. I don't know if many people have gone through that out here. And nobody that goes through things like that handles it well. And I want to know when everyone's going to wake the hell up and realize that there is no way for any one person by themselves to deal with that alone and be like a perfect, like how all right, how should I deal with it, everyone? Was I supposed to ignore it and just let them keep going? Because I tried that a bunch of times. I mean, do I have to have CAS and cops at my house 30 times before they stop calling? Like, when do we get to a point where instead of people constantly talking about me and my trauma and what I'm doing wrong and blah, 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 when do we get to the point where people call these people out and go, that's wrong? Streaming a girl's trauma is wrong. Having people call a courthouse to mess with a woman's sexual assault case is wrong. Calling child services on a person you don't like on the internet just to try to create some stress in their household because you're fucking jealous that the marriage didn't break up and the wife won't fuck you now is not okay. And it's triggering because it's over to me not wanting to fuck somebody. And I don't understand why all that's hard to understand for other people. I just want to know when we get to the part where, okay, we've all talked about Queen enough. Now let's look at the people that talked about Queen, because holy crap, if you thought I was a lol cow, you should probably go check out Bells of Nevermore, Suit Yourself, Real Stream News, Negs. These are the people that are talking smack on me. I wouldn't trust any of them, but you know. So that's what I mean. When does that happen? Because I'm getting real tired of everyone always telling me how I should behave and how I should react and what I can talk about and not talk about over here and how often I'm allowed to talk about my trauma, but they never talk about how disgusting it is other people talk about my trauma, you know? And like, I know you just mentioned that, and I appreciate you for doing so. But again, there's literally only been 2 people now, and it's been you and Cupid Stun, who have publicly made a statement that some things that have been done to me are gross. Everybody else is all for it. From where I'm sitting, I don't get messages of support, right? It's like, whatever happens to me, who cares? I'm the sacrificial lamb for whatever drama these people didn't get out of whatever they wanted to get out of in 2020. You got to put somebody away for being a predator after all this Onision Hansen shit, I guess. So yeah, I guess if it's got to be me, right? We'll just start making up people. Now, I guess maybe Hansen's getting edgy and needs another Dateline show. Wes needs to make money. I should have been able to walk away from the RSN and Suit Yourself and TCAP communities back in April of 2020 and just been able to say, I don't want to be here anymore. Goodbye. And then that should have been it. There should be no weaponizing personal information. There should be no trying to contact past abusers. There should be no streaming about traumas. There should be none of this other stuff, making accounts of predators to make songs about me, memeing me all over the internet and all this stuff. Why? Why am I getting all the hate because I changed my mind, decided he's a rapist? But literally, the woman who apparently accused him of this didn't get very much from any of them, now did she? Publicly like this, you know? I'm the scapegoat in every situation on here. I'm the scapegoat. And that's triggering because I've always been the scapegoat, and I don't like being the scapegoat. You know, I just want to know when those people get called out. And if I'm supposed to be in all these wonderful, amazing communities that care so much about stopping predatory behavior towards people, then what the hell? Because I'm not the one doing predatory behavior towards anyone. In fact, I opened up my channel to talk about how I was in an MLM and had taken part in some predatory behaviors when I was in one and how that was wrong. Called myself out for it, have reacted to myself, and also my haters use that against me. They meme me in like my MLM stuff. And they do attack other anti-MLM creators. But like I said, apparently we pick and choose who we stick up for in this community and who we don't. That's the issue. That's what it is. For me.
Gonna happen, period. So please understand, this is not an attack. This is just me trying to show you something you can do differently. And I promise you, if you would do these things, all of the other areas would start to shut the fuck up too. You know what I mean? And if at the end of the day, if you feel like you need to talk about something that has happened to you, if I was you, I would sit down in a fucking video, I would gather all the evidence, all the receipts, do a whole ass video, boom, 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 boom. Here's all the proof, and then let it be, period. But you constantly going back and forth. I don't know if you realize this, but it's not working, okay? And I realize that there are probably things that some of the creators I like have done shady shit or said shady shit to you. But I'm asking you to ask yourself, why is that? Is it all them or is it you too? Can you take accountability for your own shit?
I have a lot. I'm the only one who has. I'm the only one out of all of us who has sat here and taken full accountability and been like, this isn't cool. I've done this and this isn't cool. It doesn't matter.
Shit too. Should people be talking to you like shit? No. However, how are you dealing with other people? You're doing it in a very smart ass, sarcastic way. Nobody is going to welcome you when you act that way. Period. Go look at your comment section. Your comment section, everyone in there, there's not one well, I saw one comment that was kind of supportive of you. But every single comment was, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't want you to feel like I'm picking on you. I'm just trying to get you to see.
Yeah, but all those comments are again from the trolls. So, whatever.
What everybody else is seeing. Anyways, in closing, y'all, I just wanted to do it this way because I felt like maybe, just maybe, she might listen to me or hear me at some point. I don't know. But I appreciate it if y'all made it all the way to the end. I love y'all. I know it's a long one. I know it's confusing, but I really try my best to make it make sense. You know what I mean? So, anyways, love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah. So, that was that. But yeah, I want to know where all these supportive videos have come from. These people that have apparently done these nice videos on me. I have never seen a nice video done on me before, other than, like I said, the ones that, like, this one wasn't bad, and Cupid did one that wasn't that bad. There was like one other one made about me once where I tried to handle it because I don't think that guy knew what was going on either. I try to be nice to people who I don't think know the full story, but I'm not going to be nice to the people that I know for a fact have sat here, watched the whole thing go down, and then try to gaslight me or attack me over it, and I shouldn't really have to be. You know? And it's like, to me, I don't know. I don't know. Every time that someone claims, because don't think that I haven't had people come over here and be like, I'm going to help you out. Don't worry. It'll all be okay. And like, that's literally what got me in this predicament to begin with. Was Loki doing all those streams about me, and then CJ reaching out to me and being like, I'm really sorry this is happening to you. This isn't fair when you're such a small creator and he's such a large creator. Come with me. I will help you out. Okay? Only to then turn around and have it done to me by creators larger than Loki Loki ever was. On his behalf, then, Arsene. So I'm very confused. I don't understand what the fuck is going on. I've often said I feel like I've entered a vortex where everything just went backwards. And there's people that shouldn't be supporting certain behaviors that seem to be supporting certain behaviors. And to me, it's like, if I'm in this community, I have to be against all predatory behavior. I'd rather be over here triggered and upset at all these people for acting predatory than ever be acting like them or joining them. Which is, again, part of the problem, because a lot of my fights with these people is that I wouldn't join in with them. And it's because I don't go around attacking people, like I said. I don't think that that ever helps anyone at any time. They've actually done studies saying that it does the opposite, and those people are not trying to help me, despite them pretending like they care. That's called a concern troll. It's not actually caring about somebody. And that's what I mean. Which is why oftentimes I can't even trust when someone tries to support me. And you know how many times I've had someone come over here try to support me and then I wouldn't send nudes or something and then they get mad? Okay? So this is what I mean. I have a lot going on. We know this. And I'm trying to put it all together live in front of the internet while everyone's putting me on display. Right? And then they're judging me for how I'm reacting and how I am processing all of this while it's continuing all on display. It's very interesting. I hope it's a case study one day on mob mentality and groupthink and the dangers that it can do to someone. I just hope that I, don't end up having something happen to me before it could have a happy ending. And then I have people like Dina threatening to come here and punch me in the face and shit. I've had threats of gang rape. It's ridiculous. I've literally had people write me and tell me that they're going to come here and rape my daughter. The things that people say, right? And this is what I mean. Nobody's that stuff's all way too much. No one was like, hey, Sue, why are you making a sex cartoon of Queen and her husband, or with their kid in it? That's weird. Until he pissed them off, and then they were like, oh, now we're mad at him, so now we'll be mad about it. And again, I don't fuck around with that shit either. And I even called them out for that, and then they got mad. So I was like, stop pretending like you're fucking here trying to care about me and what happened. I know you're just a fucking concern troll. Shut the fuck up. Because other people try to use this situation to also attack, I got into a big fight with Dark Ninja because I wouldn't team up with him to go and attack Earjuice and Sue. And now guess who's friends? Dark Ninja and Earjuice. Just things like this that I'm just like, nah, I tap out at that. And that's the other thing. All these people, all connected. All connected, all very grimy. And then, yeah, they've infiltrated our community, if you will, and have been trying to get in here for quite a long time, since 2020 when the drama popped off, because then they all thought that they could get drama views out of the anti-MLM community. People started digging into creators in this community, and that was long before I was ever around, and they, There's some shit. I just don't think that our community wants to ever end up being looked into like I've been looked into, but I could be wrong. Maybe everyone else in the community would love to have all of this happen to them. So I was just hoping too that when I spoke out, that I was talking to the people over here that were subbed. I usually am just trying to talk to my subscribers about things. But also that maybe I could warn people to have an eye out. Don't trust, like you said. There's no community though. I think I have a hard time not being in a community is what it is. and not in the way that you're saying. I'm I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It's more like there's certain behaviors that no matter what should just never be done to people. And I thought that we had all decided on what those were. And then 2020 came, and apparently all of that went out the window. And it's really gross out here. It has been. And I just want to know why everyone's acting like I am literally the only person in the entire world that sees it and has an issue with it. But instead, we're just going to keep attacking me, you know? And saying that I'm trauma dumping or whatever else. Or using my trauma to of my bad behavior, which, I mean, what's my bad behavior? Writing some posts that you guys don't like? Throwing back the same accusations that you guys have been trying to put on me for 2.5 years back at you? Because, like, I don't even think that's an excuse, you know? And we had rules in this community, and a lot of people have just kind of let them go. Oh, well, who cares? Let's start attacking the Huns. Woo! And it's like, no, you cannot do that. And like I said, there is a group of people in this community that do appear to really get off on that kind of content. They know that the reactions give them views and whatnot, and drama gives them views. So, yeah, let's make it dramatic and get views. Woo! And I hate all that shit, so. And I just, like, it's always on me too. Like, it's like I'm sorry that I don't know how to get RSN and Suit and these losers to stop stalking me. And I just want to know why it's always on me to do something to stop it. Like, it's like no matter what I do, it's not going to stop these dudes' obsession and like crazy ass fixation on me and my family, right? So that's the part I don't understand. It's always on me. You guys put it on the person being mob attacked and torn up on the internet to stop the mob attack. And it's like, you know, like, why participate on YouTube if you hate all of it so much? Because I had come on here to help people. I hate the negativity of this place. It can do a lot of great things for people. It could be a great place. Right? But you have to want to make it a great place. You can't just be out, like, you can't be out here doxing and swatting everyone. You know how you do that? You close this account, you create a new one, you keep that account completely separate from haters. You don't come back. No, that's not how I do that. I know that a lot of you guys out here are like really mad that I like made it up to 1K subs or whatever. But that took me like 2 years and I don't want to start over just because some people online want to harass me. And this is what I mean. I need to close my account and create a new one and not come back for RSN to leave me alone. Are you not in? How come you're not in his chat? You know, being like, why are you fucking stalking a woman online for 3 years with a bunch of people? That's creepy. I don't get that way of thinking. I shouldn't have to shut down everything in order to get creeps to leave me alone. Like what? For him to just come find me again? Because don't think that that hasn't happened. You don't think you think that I am literally the only person that these people have gone after? There are people that have created new accounts. They still get found again. So deal with the stalking. You can't stop other people. No, I can't. But then also, you can't all stop me from talking about it. And if I want to talk about it, then I should have the ability to do so on my own platform. It is not up to you to tell me what I do and don't talk about on my platform. This is my platform. And no offense, but ain't none of you donating anything to me that's going to make me pander to any of you. And they'll still find me. They'll still find me because they think, how could he find you if your account had nothing to do with these communities? I don't know. How does he find anyone else that he stalks? You guys really have to stop seeing this person as the victim. Don't watch, don't comment, and don't do what you do. But this is what I mean. Why does this person get a pass out here to attack women that don't fuck him and we're all just supposed to like disappear and like let him keep doing that? This is what I don't understand. What is wrong with all of you? You know? But then you're also out here telling me that you don't stick up for predators. I'm like, well, I mean, you apparently relate more with the predator than you do with the person that's being stalked by them. So that gives me red flags for someone like you. Someone like you that makes comments like this, I'm very suspicious of, because when I hear somebody talking about how they have people coming after them on the platform, I don't go into, well, why don't you just ignore it? Must be your fault because you're talking about it. I don't like fucking get Stockholm syndrome, okay? No, I go, oh my God, I'm really sorry that, and I relate with the person that it's being done to, okay? I don't relate with the predator, right? And I understand that in a lot of this, I'm dealing with people that thought Onision was innocent. So yeah, I can't expect much. But hey, ain't that a bitch? Why is that also my fault? Like, they don't just find me, they find, like, friends of mine and stuff. Anytime that a new anti-MLM account pops up right now, it's apparently me on a fake Twitter. There have been a couple people that have tried to join this community that have been like, I can't join right now because literally these people are insane. They're not just messing with me. People keep acting like, oh, these psychos are just messing with me. They're messing with our whole community. If you want to keep letting them, then go ahead. But then don't get mad at me when I don't want to. And when I want to speak out about it. And when I want to try to stop it from happening. All right? When do we get to the point in this society out here on the YouTubes where this stops actually happening? Why do you all protect the predators? Like, this is just like when the shit went down. Like, there were people that were fucking attacking Shiloh and shit. The fuck's wrong with you? Why are you relating more to Onision than Shiloh in that situation? That's fucking weird. You know? Things like that. I get suspicious of. I don't trust it. And that's why I make comments like, well, it appears. But my whole thing is, do we really want to make this platform though? Like, seriously. And I've been asking this since fucking 2019. Like, this is what you guys want this platform to be? Is you want it to be a place where someone logs on and then they immediately get like doxxed, swatted, mob attacked. They're too scared to be here. They have to shut down accounts to open up new ones to try to escape from gang stalking. Like, it's so strange to me when I sit here and I talk about what I'm going through and how wrong it is. And then people want to argue me. Like, no, we love doxing creators. We definitely think that if someone is on Twitter and they get blocked for a creator, then they totally have the right to go open up a subreddit and start ripping through that creator's life and doing cancel culture on them. And the funny thing is, all the people that apparently think that all this should happen, they're all creators. So, I mean, what? Do I have to start doing it to all of them? Because I'm not going to. That's what I mean. I don't play this game. That's why Wes is very upset right now. He really wants responses. He's accusing me of ignoring him. Ignoring me. How come you won't respond to me? How come you won't respond to me? Already did. Okay? Go away. I did like 2 weeks ago. Get some help. I've never seen someone fucking flip out so hardcore over getting a fucking copyright in all my goddamn fucking life. Jesus Christ, you would think I took the guy's whole channel down. So yeah. Anyway, that's where I'm at with this. I'm going to go relax for a while. And then sometime this afternoon, I will be streaming about cults again. And it will be fun. Because every day, even pretty much when I do streams or videos like this, I also do other content that's not drama related. Here it is. Beth, I don't need responses. You keep making content for evil little nuggets and myself. Thanks. It's okay. Like I said, you have to do what you need to do to, like I told Sue to do whatever you need to do to get over it and move on. Please. Just do it. Show everyone who you are. Show everyone what you actually think of first. Show everybody how you try to paint out mothers as predators. Just because they made you mad. Yeah. I will go have fun with my family, don't you worry. If you stuck with that, people wouldn't mess with you. I literally have done that before. I love all of these things of advice. It's like, if you move on, they'll all move on. That's a lie, because then they follow me and try to harass everyone I'm around. But okay. Because basically what it is there's a group of people that apparently they cannot live with the fact that I have a YouTube channel. And until they shut down this YouTube channel and make it so that I am hated by every single person on the face of the earth, they will not stop. So it doesn't matter what I do. And my point is, stop telling me to do something about it. And maybe tell them to stop. Because I hear a lot of, hey, Queen, this is how you deal with this. Hey, Queen, this is how you deal with that. But I don't hear a lot of, hey, maybe stop attacking a woman and her family with predators, things like that, which you would think you would hear. So that's what I mean. And, have you actually stopped streaming and stuck with your family? I hardly stream. It's the most I've streamed in my entire life. It's this week right now. Have you actually stopped streaming and stuck with your family? Listen, bitch, you're supposed to be a mom and a wife, so get off the internet and stop talking about things you're passionate about online and go and just stick with your family. That's what a femcel says, ladies and gentlemen. Someone that does not have a family is very angry that they never are going to have a family. Does things goes around and says, why out here when you have a family? You should be so thankful that you have a family. Some of us out here, we don't have the right to have a family. Our family gets stolen from us. And if I can't have a family, then no one can have a family. And I will destroy all the families of any woman that won't fuck me. And it's very strange. That's also worrisome behavior. Just saying. That's predatory behavior too. I'm very worried that the people that are apparently speaking out about predatory behavior in all ways, shapes, and form apparently have no clue what it actually looks like when it's going on right in front of their faces. I guess that's really what my problem is. Anyway, this was fun. There have been some other videos that this person has made that I would really like you guys to check out. I actually shared one, right? I do have a family. That's why I'm not streaming like a crazy person. Oh, okay. So if you have a family, then your family solves all of your issues with other people. Okay. So then what happened to Wes's family? Geez, Wes, I'm sorry you lost custody of your son, bro. That's rough. Man, that sucks. I mean, we all know we wouldn't want your son to be with the woman you divorced, right? So I am sorry if that happened to you. That sucks. But maybe there's a good reason for it, right?